Hi guys, welcome to a very special review. This is the Big G, the Big Capone, and arguably the most exciting Mercedes-Benz SUV in the market right now, the 2024 G63. Here we go. In just a few minutes, we're going to take you on an overview of this very exciting performance SUV. We're going to talk about the performance of the engine. We're going to talk about the aesthetics. We're going to talk safety features. We're going to talk trunk space. And we're going to give you just why this is arguably the most desirable luxury SUV in the market right now. So before we get into the performance of this behemoth engine, we'll just take you very quickly through the history of the G-Wagon itself. Now, the initial G-Wagon was made on the instructions of the King of Iran in the 70s to produce what was a paramilitary vehicle with off-road potential and also had the promise to become a luxury SUV. Now, when you think of G-Wagons, now they become celebrity status symbols. But initially, these were vehicles that were built for driving in the desert, driving through water. They really were built for paramilitary activity, with most armies such as the American, the German, the Swiss having G-Wagons as specific army vehicles. These G-Wagons were actually manufactured by a company called Steyr, who are based in Austria, and they build specific models for big automobile brands. Now, as of 2018, they had produced 200,000 of the G-Wagons, and interestingly, Steyr also were the company, the engineers were the company that actually built the Mercedes-Benz 4MATIC system. Now, right into this G63, this is a muscular twin-turbo V8, producing 416 horsepower. So it's not as big as it could be. This is more of a comfort luxury ride, but still oozing with umps of power. You've got about 450 feet-pounds of torque, lots of acceleration as you would expect for the Mercedes-Benz AMG. Now this is in a platinum trim. We have our very old school trafficators right at the top, monochrome wheels, 21 to 24 inches in size, depending on how big you want to go. Beautiful sporty red calipers. I would also say that these monochrome alloys are extremely expensive, so these are not stock, and bear that in mind. You have the front bars on the bumper. These are now actually illegal in most European countries due to the increased impact in collisions. So you can only really use these in certain countries, like here in Nigeria. Beautiful Mercedes-Benz badgery in a very dark optic feel. Lovely, beautifully aesthetic grille. We also have our AMG badgery right here. We have about 9.5 inches ground clearance for this SUV. So if you're driving through water, mud, sand, whatever it may be, you have all the off-road potential you might possibly need. So here we are, guys, at the side of the driver's side of the vehicle. You can see, standing right up to close to this SUV, probably about 75 to 78 inches in height. This is a very imposing SUV. Standard paramilitary feel. This is made of really tough stuff. One of the first things you notice about anybody who has a G-Wagon is the loud closure sound that the door makes, and you don't need to feel shy about shutting it. That's how they're supposed to be shut. Nice embossed, very muscular and manly looking lines across the vehicle. Doesn't mean that ladies can't enjoy the experience, but this is a very manly car. AMG badgery, V8 bi-turbo, kudos to the engine. And we just move down the side sweep of the car. This is all still wrapped up. This is a brand new vehicle. Twin exhaust pipes coming underneath the side sweeps of either side of the vehicle. Just again, some unique aesthetics for the Mercedes-Benz lovers. Really nice mixture of tonality of colors here. You have a very nice black optic feel running along the middle belly of this spare tire casing. You also have a nice black optic feel running from the right hand side to the middle of this casing, and also the Mercedes-Benz badgery. You have your towing bar here, which can actually tow up to 7,000 pounds. Very impressive. You also have additional towing capacity here for those who are moving what could be a boat, or could be an extra vehicle, maybe a broken down family vehicle, etc. AMG badgery, beautiful LED lighting. If we quickly just take a step here, we just pop the 5th door. So typically if you hear the term 5-door, right, this will be referring to this. I'm not sure if we can get a close-up of the leather stitching on the interior of this door, right? Just look at that, guys. You've got lots of beautifully carved shapes, very, very finely stitched. Nice sort of nubuck feel here. Now, this is just what you'd expect from a Mercedes-Benz. Very smooth. You have some additional covering here. Not so much in terms of cubic space, but definitely more than enough to keep a few suitcases and possibly some lighter bags up top. Not to have too many though, so as not to impede the vision of the driver. We're going to quickly take you through the interior features of this vehicle. Unfortunately, our steering wheel is all wrapped up. Again, this is a brand new SUV. Really, really beautiful dashboard. You have an electronic dashboard here that runs right into the 12.3-inch infotainment screen, which offers you Android auxiliary and Apple CarPlay. Now, Mercedes over the years have really become so sophisticated with their interior finishing. You have your 3-step auxiliary gear controls. You have these beautifully crafted air ventilation vents, Napa leather interior. You've got acres of headrooms. You have your controls here for the infotainment screen, home button, volume, and you have all the additional controls, the gear, all at your fingertips, and also paddle shifters for more aggressive driving. This is a blend of leather and also a plastic feel, quite nice and firm. Also, potentially if you're on some bumpy road, probably offering some comfort to the passenger. We've got our speaker vents here, in and around the doors. We have controls for the seats. You also have massaging front seats, really nice touch. So if you're sitting in the middle of traffic, you're getting a massage while you're driving. Sounds pretty neat to me. Pop this button here. You have your outputs to charge the phones. You also can stow away your wallet, phone, etc. Any smaller items which could be congestive for the middle console. Without further ado, we're gonna give this baby a run. Starts up really nicely, keyless entry, really soft handling, but it still gives you that rugged feel of what is a multi-ton vehicle. Now you can hear the exhaust notes just oozing nicely. You know, this is a very masculine feel for a vehicle. Activating Bluetooth, click our home button here, and you can easily navigate through the different controls. Telephone, you have phone auxiliary, so you can touch hands-free without having to be distracted while driving. Media, you have Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, radio, navigation, etc. So this is a 2024 Mercedes-Benz Connect, giving you information and also information on the vehicle, climate control. You can also control your ambient lights. You can also work the massaging function. Creative design team and the engineers at Mercedes-Benz have really gone out of their way to make it very easy for any would-be buyer to operate their performance SUV. Dual climate control here, so you can push the air vents either which way to make yourself more comfortable. You can increase or decrease the temperature here. I prefer cooler. Nicely done. Really nice cooling and relaxing breeze. Beautiful stitching on the interior of the door. You have leather finishing here, which gives a good firmness and robustness. You have added capacity for hanging what could be a blazer or a suit jacket. Speaker outlets here. Very comfortable, comfortably seating 3 adults. Just to show you guys a finer touch in terms of just how sporty and aesthetically pleasing the interior is. Now, get a load of this. This is a platinum exterior on a brown interior, Napa leather. Now, just pop the seatbelt in here, and how cool is that? I look like I'm driving a racing car. As soon as I adjust, the safety mechanisms kick in, and they're immediately drawing me back into my seat. So this is really good looking. This is really a nice sporty feel for this behemoth SUV. Now, in terms of color combinations, you can get up to 54 combinations of exterior and interior leather coloring and finishings. Now, bear in mind, if you're looking for different interior color combinations beyond what are the stock models for each of the different colors, these are expensive add-on options, so do bear that in mind. So unfortunately guys, we have come to the end of today's review. We have been reviewing the 2024 G63 AMG. So if you're in the market for a performance SUV, you're not looking for something perhaps a bit soft and refined like the Range Rover. You want something more rugged, something which gives you all the optimum interior finishing, lots of off-road capacity, lots of power, but perhaps not the noisiest performance SUV in the market. This is arguably a celebrity status symbol. This is the SUV for the who's who. This is the SUV for anybody who wants to turn heads wherever you are in the world. This is anybody's dream car. This is the 2024 G63 AMG. And a special thank you to our good friends at Mayfair Autos. Thanks guys.